Grenache is kind of perfumey tasting, very flavorful, and so it's good to blend with Shiraz, which may be more tannic, like Cabernet Sauvignon, right? So mixing these two makes a better balanced wine. Okay, now let's look at some white grapes. Chardonnay is unquestionably the most important white grape variety around the world, and this is certainly the case in Australia, where it's used to produce sparkling and dry white wine styles. Chardonnay grown in warm regions produces white wines with ripe melon flavors, and some of Australia's most popular Chardonnays are often blends of wines made from both warm and cool regions. Chardonnay benefits from maturation in oak, which complements the fruit flavors of Chardonnay. Okay, good. So, Thomas asked what a dry wine is, and let's see what we have here. So, a dry white wine, dry means what? Most people would say, whoops. Okay, so dry means not sweet. Okay, so usually we have white wines that are both sweet and not sweet, and so we can call them dry or sweet, okay? And we get blends of Chardonnays from warm and cool regions, okay? So the warmer regions gives us more sweetness and more flavor, and the cool regions give us more acidity and more lemony and more spiciness to it. So you can blend those two and get a much better wine from them. Okay, good. And another white wine is Riesling. It's one of the classic white grape varieties around the world, historically grown in Alsace and Germany. Alsace is northern France and Germany, so it's in the cooler areas of Europe. In Australia, where it's grown under warmer conditions, this variety makes wonderfully perfumed, dry, elegant wines that are usually consumed when young, fresh, and zesty, but also are capable of developing into lovely aged wines. And we find this kind of grape in the Barossa Valley, Clare Valley, and Eden Valley of South Australia. And that is where they have become world famous for Riesling. Okay, sometimes we can pronounce this word a little different than I do, and we say Riesling, right? So Riesling is probably more used than Riesling, but I don't know. It's just what you like to say, I guess. Riesling could be okay. And Sherry asked what zesty means. Well, zesty comes from we have a citrus fruit. Maybe it comes from lemons and limes, right? And limes. And the peel is called the zest of these kinds of fruit, and that's where we get, when you taste that lemon or lime peel, that's the taste you get when something is zesty. Okay, so that's where that word comes from. And another white wine, or white grape that we have here is Sauvignon Blanc. And it's relatively new to Australia too, and best suited to the cooler regions of Victoria and South Australia. Wines from this variety have a distinct fresh gooseberry-like flavor, are fresh, unoaked, and always best when consumed young. Okay, so we can make wines from Sauvignon Blanc that should be drunk right after, not too long after the grapes are picked and made into wine. Okay, and Variety is, Thomas, variety means the type of wine, grape that we use. Okay, so we have all of these types of different grapes. Those are the different varieties of the Vitis vinifera that we talked about earlier. Okay, so all of these different types, they are called